Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? My name is Dalton, and this is my channel. Okay, this is gonna be a story time, and the story time is called 2.5 Years of Pain. Okay, and this all happened while I was working security. And if you don't know, let me give you a little background. Before I do that, I ask you to give me a thumbs up. I ask you to subscribe if you like to, and I ask you to share these story times if you like to. And I hope you will be educated from this experience that I've had, okay, and experience that I give you, and hope that it helped you all. Also, before I forget, thank you all, those who have been donating to my Cash App and my PayPal. I do appreciate you. I really do. Thank you. And now, on with the story. And I got my coffee, and let's do this. Gotta love Starbucks. Now, this happened on a lonely ride home from my security job. And I have worked security over 10 years and uh, in 5 different states and different levels of security. So this particular company was called G4S, and they have been pressuring me, trying to get me to become a level three. And if you don't know what that means, in certain states, a level three. Eventually, I did, but not with that company. If you don't know, that level three means armed. It means you trained in 9 millimeter and a shotgun for that particular company. Um, and I'm riding on the train, and I really didn't want to do it, but they were kind of trying to pressure me. And ironically, I bumped into this one guy, and we started rapping. And he used to be armed security, so and I could tell, man. I could tell he had some experience, but I could also tell you could look in his eyes and he had some pain. So he told me his story, and this is his story. Well, he was armed security, and he worked for a particular company. I'm not gonna say their name. And they gave him like most security companies, they gave him the beautiful story of how if anything bad ever happens, or we got your back. Uh, you know, don't worry, we got you. So we're riding down there, and he was telling me about it. And one night changed his life. He was doing a nighttime security patrol at a store called Radio Shack. I think there's a couple of them still around, but they used to be really big back in the day. And they had all types of electronics and just tons of stuff that you need for electronic projects. Now, everything seemed normal, like most nights. And then one night, it was dark, and he heard something. And he thought it was his imagination. So he kind of took a step back, looked around, and didn't really see anything. And he heard something again. So now you know it's not his imagination. So, all the senses are pumping right now. He's. And then all of a sudden he sees at the roof of this Radio Shack, he sees a man. And this man has like a bag and a backpack, and he's a thief. That's right. And he's on the roof of the Radio Shack, and the security patrol officer pulls his weapon, and he gives him warning. Okay? He tells him, hey, don't move. Come down here right now. Don't move. Keep your hands where I can see them. And the guy starts kind of trying to move. And then the worst thing could ever happen. The guy, the crook, puts his hands in his pocket and he's feeling for something. So he pulls out, either it was his pocket or the side of his pants, and he pulls out something like a black handle and a silver. And immediately the security officer thought it was a gun. So I mean, all senses are pumping now. So he's got his weapon out, right? And he said, "Don't do it. Don't." He said, "Put your hands up, man. Don't do it. Get down here. Don't do it." And the guy's still fooling it out. So he fires off a round, which misses the guy and hits the roof. And he fires off a second round as the guy is still trying to get whatever he got in his pocket out, and it hits the guy in the butt. Poof! This is a real story. Okay, the guy falls and he's screaming, "Ah!" Boom. Okay, and it ain't like the movies. You hear people, they always tell you, yeah, get shot, man, and I don't know, no, if you get shot, it hurts. Okay, you see all these people like Proud Boys and all these other people wearing these uniforms and trying to be intimidating. They have these AK-47s. They're walking around this military, this camouflage on, looking all like, I guarantee you, most of them never been shot once in their life. Okay, yeah, they may know how to shoot a gun, but they probably never been shot, not once in their life. Okay, because he said the guy was screaming, so then he immediately called 911, and 911 came, and an ambulance came, and then he called his supervisor, which is the protocol. You don't just call your supervisor. You're supposed to call 911 immediately. So he did everything right. So, and they're talking, got your back. You got your back, man. It's all good. It's clean shot, blah, 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 blah. All right. So once they arrested the guy decides, I'm talking about the crook, I'm going to sue you for shooting me in the butt. I'm going to sue the security company. You and the security company. So, and yeah, he did it. So the security company had to go to trial. And somehow this crook got a lawyer too. They had to go to trial, and they're really getting ready to start the trial. Okay, and they do most of the proceedings, and after the first day, the lawyer, raps with the security company and lets them know, how it's going, how much it's going to be. Well, after the first day and the first time they meet the judge and the lawyer gets all the information, has to get all the paperwork, security company finds out how much it's going to be and how long it take, and then they let the security guy know that they're cutting him loose. Yeah, they cut him loose. So now he's without a lawyer, but still got a trial date. Now you could pretty much figure out what happened after that. Yep. He lost the trial. He went to prison for 2.5 years and probation on the rest. And the crook got a settlement from the security company. And when he's telling me about that, I could see the pain. He spent 2.5 years in prison. Okay. Now, this brother, he was about 5'6", 5'7", slim. Okay. you know he had a hell of a hard time up in there. Okay, he's not a game banger. He was just doing his job. Now, before I end this, I want to tell y'all that there's nothing wrong with being an armed or unarmed security. I did it for over 10 years. Okay, just understand what you're getting into, and when you get qualified or you're going for qualification, don't ignore the pamphlets on the wall where you can actually, if you're a gun owner, you can actually get insurance. Whether you are in security or not, there is insurance out there if you are a gun owner that you can get to cover your butt. Do not rely on any company you're working for. As you heard from my story, do not rely on any company, no matter how sweet the story they give you, to be the only source of legal backup that you have. You can even get prepaid lawyers. Okay, that means you pay down a certain amount, and if you something bad happens, it doesn't have to be with a weapon. But if something bad happens, that lawyer will come out there and take your case. Okay. Now, so I would tell you all, anytime you're dealing with weapons, invest in that. Don't depend on your security company or any company that you work for to have your back, because they will throw you on the bus to save their own skin, as you see. All right. And that is my story time. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And yes, all my story times are true. If I ever do a story time and I'm being comical, and I always tell you, okay, this is comedy. I think I did one or two of those, but all my story times are true. So yes, really did happen. So I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll rap to y'all later. This is Dalton, and I'm out.